We are here for PGS7 Grand Finals. Which team is going to be able to perpetrate the heist of 2025? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grand Finals. Day number 1 of it, in fact. We have got 18 games coming your way to determine who is going to be our Grand Champion.
Pull up here for the Falcons. I can see that H-Win, he's got that Panzer looking for a target. Ming Ming shows his head, but doesn't take any damage for it.
There goes the Panzer, but it's not going to find its mark as Ixlep will find Kickstart. Now he's immediately going to crash in. We'll find a second before going down. Shrimzy still working the wall right now. Has that grenade in hand. We'll try to throw it over towards Ming Ming. Will land just shy as Ming Ming saw it coming. TGLTN just caught off in the distance, it looks like, unfortunately. So not even really able to be a part of this fight.
This is not gone the way the Falcons wanted. That Panzer didn't catch its target, and then Ixlep found a great timing. Oh my God, Shrimzy.
Okay.
Oh, that is squeaky bum time for sure. And Chewy lining up with another grenade. If he cooked it right, Shrimzy's in trouble. Bounces a bit too far. Ming Ming around the corner, trying to play off the stun. They don't know exactly where he's at. Now they find him. He is knocked. It's just going to be TGLTN out in the cliff sides to the north alive. Smokes out. He has a vehicle, but this is going to be tricky for him going forward. Twisted, losing example. Your top fragger there already taken down. Matulin's looking for that flank angle. His counterpart, IGL, H-Win, well aware. Trying to keep the vehicles in a safer spot so there's an exit path for the Falcons. But now they're losing players. Perfectix gets 2 all of a sudden, springing to life. And the Falcons were trying to backpedal, and Perfectix found the perfect moment.
Just beautiful teamwork on the part of Twisted Minds right there. As soon as Lou was forced to drop down, Perfectix pops up.
Ooh.
And what a grenade by Shrimzy. He absolutely read him like a book. And now Furia is out. Falcons have a foothold in this next zone. Well, actually not even in the next zone. They still just got to find their way in because Theraton 5, they have not left just yet. So it's a 2v4, and H-Win, well, wouldn't be surprising to see him running around with a Panzerfaust in hand, would it?
Nice molly from Shrimzy to at least force his opponent's hand a bit. Has taken a bunch of damage already. Gets the headshot.
That might go down, yeah. They got him low enough to where he go down to the blue zone, and Shrimzy, oh no, Patapong with the aggressive push. And H-Win will take out himself, but he'll take out Fluky with him. And Theraton 5 now in a little bit of shambles.
Really hungry to solidify central territory early, to solidify central drop spots, and that can cost them, as we've seen here so far in this event. And BB team has been able to find ways around that. To Kraken. Well,
oh boy.
Are we going back to the bushes for Furia? Oh no, okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is one the Falcons are going to hunt down for sure. Yep, 100%. There you go. Down towards the south as well, so eventually they will be taking the same path as these Falcons, who are now running into Bagopah. The first knock onto Akan. The rest of, looks like Park Bro and Songjang are on their way. Two Heart got left behind in the compound. Bagopah not wanting to give this up without a fight, it seems.
They're going to group up. I think that's definitely the wise move here.
Absolutely.
Is Freak's going to find the timing? No, sir. Shrimzy not having any of it. He's got a couple. H-Win getting involved, and the Freaks are all but out.
Salute the last player left alive, and he has got nothing but a rock keeping him from certain death here. The Falcons will likely stick this one out and make sure they can secure that final point. Day Trade leave the compound that they were in, and maybe now going for that backfill, but H-Win will spot him out. There you go. Another picked up for Falcons as they have collected 5, and now they are climbing up the leaderboard. They needed a game like this. Falcons going room to room here, SEAL Team 6 style, trying to get rid of what's left of Bagopah, but they have the smokes down, and they are using them very well to slow things down and create a little bit of confusion for the Falcons as they push through. Kickstart will find 2 Heart. That'll start things off here. Kickstart down to 7 HP on that roof. We'll have to slow down and heal up.
Oh, what a read by Kick. Now full control of this compound for the Falcons, but they don't have a ton of time left. The Blue going to force the issue. Songjang around the corner. Finds Songjang. Unbelievable. Ruining the Falcons' day here. Just held the angle around the corner of the car. Can he find any more? He's got at least the points, but that's 2 down for the Falcons.
Got the flushes, too, before going down. What a hero, Songjong for Bagel Pa. Falcons now down to just 2 players. They have 8 kills, but 17 has eyes. Delwyn starting to make their way. Falcons actually take the E pickup out of Yaz, and they fall right on top of Petrichor Road. They will trade Tig for Ikeslef to start things off here.
Oh!
A nice grenade from Kickstart will find Chewy, and now Ming Ming is in no man's land, and Shrimzy picks him out, and Nan, the last player left alive for Petrichor Road.
Oh, the
this
grenade
is going to fall right on his head, but not enough to get the knock.
Oh, they might have him, though, right here with the follow-ups. They're bouncing over the hill.
Oh.
They go just a bit too far. Shrimzy, well aware that he's got him on the ropes, is going to press the advantage. The molly comes up just a bit too short. First aids being attempted here by Nan and Ming Ming. They are going to be pulled through. Shrimzy just going to hold the line. The Falcons able to stabilize. They've got Tiggleton back.
Oh, no.
And here comes some mortars?
I mean, Bagel Pa is pushing Petrichor Road. Ming Ming already got the knock and the flush onto 1, and now they're taking a fight from both directions. 4 kills for Petrichor Road right now. They're taking it from all sides. Park Pro will land the mini shots right into the back of Nan. Ming Ming all by himself as Shrimzy starting to make the push. Kickstart, though, has been taken down by a well-placed grenade from Nan. They'll have to slow down just enough to get that revive. As Ming Ming actually going to get this off? No way.
Oh, you come at the king. You best not miss, Park Pro. Things are going from bad to worse here at 4E Arena. They're outside of the circle. They're trapped. Good grenade does a ton of damage to the Falcons. A molly, though, at the tree. Is it going to connect? Songjong even got Tiggleton knocked. A good frag onto Two Heart. He is very, very low, but so are the Sonics. But here comes Theraton 5. They're wiping out Bagel Pa from afar. Two Heart gone. Another headshot found. Bagel Pa in trouble.
To trust him, and he delivered in a big way there, getting a few more points for them at the end. And now Posa is going to go down to the mini spray from Park Pro.
Oh! A nice shot there. It's actually the Lynx from H-Win. Still has some bullets in that thing. Able to connect onto a con, and the lines of Bagel Pa are just falling apart, and the Falcons know it. They've got him down and dusted. 1 kill apiece for each of the surviving members of the Falcons, and they are up to 10 total for this game.
Shrimzy will spot out Posa from range. Gizera now the snake in the backside of T5 as H-Win will pick off that last kill and get the, swap that Lynx out for the mini. You can see Rossadin starting to come down, but that's not what they needed to happen. Gizera will get the knock on Rossadin, and now the rest of Theraton 5 are going. What are Falcons doing? They're immediately going to send it on over here to try to turn this into a straight-up 3v3. H-Win will try to take the low ground, but Patapong is on time with it. H-Win following behind the exploding van. It'll go down. Gizera will get the credit for the kill on a Patapong, and now it's just Shrimzy and Tiggleton trying to trade shots across the hillside.
Tiggleton's already got 1. You've got another super weak. This duo trying to do what they can. It's a lot of damage to both sides. Fluky, still very healthy. Fluky finds the headshot onto Shrimzy. Now angling for Tiggleton, but Tiggleton sits down. Patapong. Oh, and it's just in time. Fluky arrives, and Theraton 5 has a chicken dinner.
One good game from Twisted Minds. Sure, we're starting at our angle, but one good game from Twisted Minds, and they're actually within striking distance here, but only 2 points difference on 17 and Freaks.
Yeah. Furia is going to maneuver in, get inside the circle. That means that there's an opportunity for the Expendables to play this one more aggressive. Fluky's still going to be back behind it. The Freaks realizing the fact that they have to try and make a push up, and it's going to be Tiggleton defending up whenever his squad needs it the most. Gets the down onto Salute, and that's going to pump the brakes on anything that the Freaks are trying to bring over here, but it's going to stall it out. The blue zone is due any second to start encroaching, and this firefight has to close.
Look at Fluky. He might get revealed by the Expendables if they keep pushing forward before he even gets to strike in any of this fight. Now the stuns are going to come out. The Freaks have had enough of this, but they're losing players on the way in. Kickstart still alive. Tiggleton did get knocked. Let's see what Kickstart can do here. A couple players flanking out around him. Kick behind there. He's just stuck and he's dead. They're mad. Let him just go nuts. Like that's kind of part of the fun of it. Ooh, a big fight.
Yep, Tiggleton putting work into Chewy. Going to get the knock onto him. Petrichor Road runs for the hills. Ikeslef trying to dodge out the bullets, and looks like he's going to do so. Lined up against the Falcons, and this is going to be just to the south of San Martin. Posa wants to get involved, but he can't. It's going to be 17 Gaming that's taking shots at him, so he can't get into a defendable position, really. It's going to be also the Falcons taking shots into Furia, so they're just having to hunker down, but it is going to be T5 getting eliminated. Posa now hopefully being able to regroup. Okay, here comes Furia. They're going to roll right into the Falcons and feed over a couple of kills. So you're going to pick that one up. That means that Taikula now gets the entirety of that hillside to work with, and they have the breathing room. Boy, they instantly spread out. Little Ghost up on top, so any angle as a firefight breaks out, he can just absolutely demolish. That means Trimsy's going to go down, get spotted. Kicks got himself a ton of bullets to work with down there. So Little Ghost going to see if maybe he can drop some utility right on top of him, get some flashes, open up some maybe more movement for his teammates down below him. This high ground position coming up time and time again. It's been big, but don't forget about Taikula. Overpeak comes out from 17 and instantly punished. Little Ghost focused on what's going on down below him. It means the fact that he can't really assist on what's going to be happening around the outside of it. Now he's just all by himself. Falcons managed to hold the line with the assistance of Taikula, but Taikula's just got control over everything inside the circle. Little Ghost, realizing the opportunity's pretty much gone, he instead shifts back out. He wants to get vengeance for his teammates, but at the same time, Taikula, there's too big of an opportunity in front of him as well. Taikula just runs down. They're just chasing right after H-Win. He's going to go down, but up on top, Little Ghost finds one.
Little Ghost, can he pull off the impossible? We've already seen heroics from Xiaowu. Is it his turn up to bat? But certainly not. Up on top of the hill, can't win the spray down. Taikula is going to find a chicken dinner.
There's a lot of intricacies that we can look at. With Death Star Trench kind of being north-south in it, and looks like Falcons have a goal, and that goal is going to be Zakraken's compound locations. Getting a couple of friends going to be rotating down into it, and Zakraken managed to stop one so far, using the smokes to his advantage, kind of bouncing around.
H-Win just wasn't ready for him to be in that position. A good dodge here by Zakraken to get, he walked back into it. Oh no, I thought he had gotten away from that grenade, but he goes right into it. Now the rest of Furia starting to get involved. They're driving on in on the bus. Let's go. It's time to hustle, but they can't get there in time. Shrimsy shuts him right down. Finally, Haven has something to say about it, but he's the only one left.
The bicycle reinforcements are the only ones that manage to make it in time and in position to be safe. So first kill is going to be going over to Shrimsy, but Haven's in some trouble. He's already been found out. Everybody on Falcons know where he is, and this is a very strong compound for the circle, but Haven's not going down. He wants this desperately, trying to see if maybe he can go for a peek back around. Looks like he was trying to get his meds back in position. Oh! At range, it's going to be Tigger that gets the knock. But
that jump scared kickstart. He jumped in his seat a little bit there, wasn't expecting it. That's a couple hundred meters away here for Tigger, and going to find some decent damage. The Falcons just crumbling, and now Twisted Mind's getting involved. They're watching from the steep side. New Happy just, I think, going to dive right into the center of El Azahar. The Falcons as well, driving down the trench, but there's Petrichor Road right in front of them.
Oh, Falcons coming into this one. They have to be very cautious. Ming Ming trying to defend in, and whoa! Hits the shots out of kickstart as the car is going to do a kickflip. Kickstart now down. Here comes Chewy. He's got himself the Panzerfaust. Doesn't get a knock with it, but Tigger up on top, who was doing the harassment onto Falcons earlier, now doing that same harassment onto Petrichor Road.
Oh God, the vehicle blows up inside of there. That's going to kind of keep the Falcons a bit pinned in. Some grenades roll in, and it's Akeleft who finds the first. The second trying to get out of there is H-Win. He may have just barely got out in time. Shrimsy knocked as well. Tiggleton trying to work the gas pumps here. This isn't New Jersey, my guy. You're not required to do that.
Right, clutch ult to time. He's trying to make a big play for his squad. He is now the last one up. Ming Ming, the last one up for Petrichor Road. Tiggleton just trying to see if he can secure the kills, but that's going to give time for meds on Ming Ming's side. Ming Ming just going to run in, and Tiggleton manages to shut down Petrichor Road.
Well, the good news for the Falcons is you've got 8 kills. That's a pretty solid game. You're able to best a couple different squads. Bagel Pa, do you turn into this? Hell yeah, you do.
Yeah, okay. Running into a ton of wreckage and vehicles. Tiggleton, he sneaks around back behind him, but he's already been spotted. He's already losing a lot of health. He's in some trouble, isolated on the outside, but he's kind of trying to sneak by. That's going to be all she wrote. Third team was a bit too much. That is going to be the Falcons down, and Begapuff finding some kills.
The arena has broken triple digits.
Why? Okay, why is the 84 in yellow?
Because Doc Juice got 2 points for disconnecting in the last game.
Detective Martin. Hashtag thank you, Martin.
However, we can stop asking these questions. We start answering questions right now as we are heading over to Miramar for Game 1 of the final day of PGS7. But look at how Falcons going to take advantage.
Just runs in. Falcons look like they're going to be just chasing this one down. They see an opportunity in there coming after, but 2 members already down for the Falcons right on landfall. It's just going to be H-Win and Tiggleton. Last one's up, trying to navigate, figure out exactly where everybody from Petrichor Road is going to be lined in at. Skula is going to go down while this is going to be happening. Information now being fed over. Tiggleton does spot out, does get the shots in, but it's quick back and forth. Petrichor Road does get eliminated. eliminated. And will we be able to see Shrimzy get rezzed? I think it should be fine. 17, they had control for so long, but now there's just Panzerfaust. There's so much damage going on around them. Spotted out the Falcons, trying to focus in, but they still have Fury that's going to be back behind them. Good pickups coming up from Gizera. It's going to be the big shot, but not going to connect the way that they wanted to. You can see it's just bouncing around. Fury up underneath of them. Finally, 17 Gaming is going to go down, but BB still alive on the side of this one. They're caught up right next to the Falcons.
What plays here from Furia at the late game. Falcons have just been holding the line. They've been holding the edge, waiting for the blue to force them in, and they have found success with it. A doozy, last player alive for BB team, and he is causing so much trouble as he's going to find another one. Can he make the miracle happen for BB team?
You can see Falcons now very aware that they've got a problem right on top of them. The smoke bounce is going to be very interesting. Shrimzy looks like he's going to throw some utility up.
I know where he is.
Very nervous about this one. Furia, they've got all of those nades lined in. Blue zone's collapsing out. Falcons holding one side. It's going to be walls on both sides. A doozy up on top, but he can't go for any peek because it's so hazardous. Blue zone going to knock Posa. That's a big problem. Gizera now up in the face, using the fence line, just spraying in. A doozy thrown in, getting some help. Meanwhile, up on top of it, it is a 3v1, 2v1, 3 HP, gonna go down, and that is going to be the Falcons taking a very solid victory.
When you get those city endings, you never know what is going to happen, and you can always guarantee that it's going to be absolute insanity. Well, when it's where insanity reigns, you can expect to find the Falcons finding success. Lyric's just looking for anything for E-Arena here, and might be trying to call off a spot, but he sees Bestia just hiding out there. And now Lyric's getting a little low. He's knocked down. Shrimzy going to take him out, and that is with one airplane down, as Falcons will collect, and Sizzy now spotted out by Fluky. So E-Arena, the shambles continues. Falcons are sending 3 down now. So BB team, they're on the clock. They have to get rid of E-Arena here or find some way into the zone.
High ground's gonna be big. Kickstart just lays in.
Just like
BB team eliminated him and Shrimzy H with all putting in work.
Yeah, they have a ridge line that they can play here, so that looks like they're gonna play it safe. And Falcons will still get to freely run around on this high ground. They find the knock onto Norins. Jacob's still alive for the time being, but T5, the last duo, still has angles onto this, and they're hitting those shots. So Kickstart has to pull back. H-Win has to pull back. The blue zone grenade is going to tick onto Jacob. Did he get the health off in time? He did, so he will survive. Will he go for the res onto Norins?
There's just so little time while all of these moving factors are happening. Falcons wanted to end this so quickly, but T5's been pinched down. They can't really make too big of a move, and that means the fact that T5's Rangers X just keeps taking shots into the Falcons. This has allowed Freaks to get into a much better position inside the circle and potentially gatekeep. Falcons knows that they need to finish this fast, but Jacob just refuses to go down. Meanwhile, New Happy's just going to send it in right next to Begapa. It's going to be Khan and Park Pro, both putting in some work. Falcons opt to do the same. They just run right down into Jacob, but they have no vision. The smokes are up. They can't spot him.
Jacob, he's so difficult to kill. E-Arena refusing to go down easy, and there you go. He will finally go down, but Ranger X gets the knock on to Kickstart. A number of fights happened on that south side. It ended up being mutually assured destruction, and we haven't even mentioned Taikule. There's still 4-man inside the compound. They have not left. They're just holding the fort right now, as Fluky will get finished off by Shrimzy. That's 8 kills now picked up by the Falcons, and they climb into 3rd place.
All right, it is a game right now. 17 at 119. E-Arena out at 110. Falcons have an opportunity, but the problem with it is going to be the Freaks right in front of them. Can they get the knocks? Looks like it is going to be Tickleton that does get the knock on a deal. That's going to open up a lot more movement for them over here in the east.
That's huge, getting that knock on a deal. The long man, the one who's providing support and overwatch.
Falcons, though, they really want to get rid of Begapa. Nade's going to be landing. How will they connect? No, rejected by the rock, so Park Pro manages to survive.
Just a little off with the util right there, and every piece of utility counts, as they will get it on the other side of the rock this time. Park Pro goes down. That's 1,000 damage for Shrimzy, as he's got 5 kills to his name, and he wants even more.
Comes the push down too hard. Can you get any knocks? Can Falcons keep 4 up? Gonna go ahead and throw with the pan in style. Too Hard does get a knock on to Shrimzy. Here come the Freaks, though, rolling back over to the north. Taikula doing the same. We have vehicle jousting happening in the center of the circle, just trying to fight out. Spaceman in control, and it's gonna be the Freaks now having a lot of problems. This has opened up. The Falcons now spot this out, and they're trying to aggressively move in.
Did Taikula just throw their chance at winning this game? They've only got 2 left alive. Spaceman is spotted out in the middle of of nowhere. Suze is trying to go and join him. Guman will go down. Salute still alive, playing the cliffside, playing it quietly as he can, but Falcons, they have full vision on everything in front of them. Salute comes alive though. He'll find the knock on a Tiggleton.
Gotta play with
Oh!
goes down. Salute is demolishing the Falcons right now. Falcons at
TGL!
115. Freaks finally go down. It's gonna be Kickstart that spots him, but it's gonna be Taikula also getting spotted.
Oh no, he ran
can't
out
quite
of
get
ammo!
up the ammo. He can't get the knock on the opposing front for it. You can see Kickstart trying to step in. There you go, finally connects.
2v1 as they now have Suze pinned off in the distance, but Suze has that bolty in hand if he can get the knock here, but as soon as he peeks, he is met with Shrimzy's DMR fire. Suze just has the rock, he just has a car, he's got a smoke to keep things a little bit slow, but Falcons look to be in perfect position to climb even further here, but they cannot take the knock here.
Taikula, remember, they've been in compound for a while, so sitting pretty well. See how the nades are set. This is going to be his last nade, so he needs to hold it. He knows he needs to wait for his opportunity. Blue zone creeping in now, forcing everything as the game of chicken back and forth. Suze's just doing a good job on surviving, but it's nothing. Falcons just not going to give him the angle to work with. Shrimzy not going to wait.
Play.
He's going to sneak out right now. Shifts
Oh,
out,
the
puts
boy.
down the
Oh,
wall.
nice.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah, this might be the play.
The nade.
That's going to fall a little bit short, but what a spray, and Shrimzy gets another one, and Falcons get a huge win to move them up into first place with 2 games remaining on the final day of PGS7. Oh boy, and Falcons actually find themselves prepped up here for the push through. Posa going to get knocked low. Shrimzy will do the last bit of damage, and now Haven's going to go down as Falcons collecting points off of the unfortunate timing for Furia. As you said, Forrest forced them to stop, and they were in just perfectly positioned to do a little bit of a camp.
Just dropping center, steals that one away. Nobody really had the opportunity to shoot at him. E-Arena's trying to regroup.
They actually pull, yeah, they cut right in the middle of this E-Arena split.
Can they get
and
the shots?
E-Arena, they're going to try to drive right through them. The spray's coming through. They're going to get them both low, and it's going to force them to stop as now the knock comes through on the Norans. Tiggleton will get 1, Tiggleton will get 2, and that's 2 more points picked up for the Falcons. Eyes over towards BB team, who have still got 3 inside the compound, but Shrimzy and the rest of the Falcons not wasting any time. They're going to push right into Bagelpa, try to get the kills as they will find Akon and Songjiang. Big shots for Belmoth will get the first knock there, and now BB team looking over in that direction as well, but Tigger is going to go down to Tiggleton. Tiggleton now the last player left alive on the south part of this 2-2 split from Falcons, but he's got the entirety of BB team coming down on his hillside. Grenades in hand, the utility not landing the way it should for the time being. He's going to get knocked down to 1. Shrimzy will find 1. He's going to survive just long enough to slow them down, long enough for Falcons to get a few more kills onto Bagelpa. But now the duo has to push.
They just run right into a Kickstart's gonna go down. Shrimzy, the last one up, spraying down the hillside, does get the knock on a 2-heart. Looks like he's just trying to go for the flush, securing any point he can. He knows that it's gonna be close. Now up to 131, 17 sitting at 122, but it's gonna be T5, different angle. Somehow Shrimzy is surviving. 2 different teams around him. Make it 3 as BB is getting more aggressive on the other side. Nade's gonna come in. Finally, the Falcons are gonna go down.
Falcons are down, but 17, still 3 up, and BB team are on a rampage. Yeah, he popped it, but I don't think he was interested in taking it. See if he can baby bait Ming out. And now, there we go. Okay, Falcons will spot out
There's one.
Posa, and that's going to be a kill going over to their pocket. They'll now take a 3-point lead on to first.
Falcons send it through. They manage to navigate through the first part of what's going to be going on with Day Trade, but that means that they're going to be moving right into the sight lines of 17 Gaming. 17 starts to unload onto their vehicles, but cannot get the knock. Instead, it looks like they're just going to head all the way down to the beach, just start playing off the backside, but 7-7 gets a knock onto Shrimzy. That is a big knock. Shrimzy has been pumping out the damage for the Falcons. So with this, now Falcons are very aware that 17 is their next door neighbor.
As you see that, we'll finish off. New circle does pop. Falcons fortunately won't have to move that much, but H1 gets the knock onto Larix. Can't get the flush though. It's not gonna for Larix just going down in a place where he can't see him. And there you go, Theraton 5 will get eliminated by Day Trade. But look at this, H-Win, the rest of the Falcons starting to make their way across on the beach. There is a little bit of space that they can play in from this side here, but Jacob has eyes. Good shots from Tig will get him low, but what a shot from Jacob. if he didn't have to drop down and reload, Tig might be done for.
I love this coming up from Falcons. They know the fact that they got to knock their man disadvantage. They have to try to get this
grenade.
now. How is this going to bounce? Going to roll right up next to him. Does get the re-knock. Are we going to see Falcons continue? Forest is just to the north of this. They are going here. BB as well as 17 lined in. H1 leading the path. Takes some shots over into Jacob. Looks like it's going to be Kickstart that now steps up. Takes that new point position right on top of everything. These rocks are going to be hard to navigate. Do spot him out. Jacob takes a lot of damage. He's just having to play across these two different counterpoints. Meanwhile, Falcons have to keep an eye back behind him. They can't focus in, but finally do manage to get the knock onto the E-Arena player.
They happened to catch EA while Nurens was swimming across the water of Ferry Pier for some reason to where Falcons just came from. That's a good spray from Sizzy. Will get the knock and the flush onto H-Win, but Falcons still trying to collect as many points as they can. 17 are remaining in their compound. So is BB, and now Forest has started making their way down here. They want to get involved in this fight.
With that shift, Nurens was actually back behind Tigleton and got the knock on him. That's what caused the big problem. Now it is all just on to Kickstart. He's trapped over here. He knows that he's in first, but 17 is already inside the circle. Forest right up on top of him. E-Arena as well. So Tigleton's just trying to crawl to safety. Kickstart has no options, nowhere to go. He's entirely pinched out. Even if he steps out on these angles, Nurens could spot him. Nades are going to be prepped. Looks like he's just going to be able to drop it right in. Is the throw going to be good? Yes!
Oh,
yes, it is!
And now that is Kickstart picking up on it. He's going to go low. Nurens trying to defend his fallen teammate. Kickstart will get in there at least in time to flush out the kill, maybe. He's going to throw a grenade. Oh, he can't even flush the kill. He's going to go down to blue.
Neds.
Oh, no, he's in trouble now. Can he get it off in time?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, and that's going to be it for Falcons. The 17 members see that in the kill feed.
They're going to make the cross. They're going to go ahead and send it over here into the west. They hear a bit of the firefight that's going to be going on with Tycool, but that is the Expendables eliminated. That's another squad down. 17 rolling in. They know that there's a weakened squad over here. Are they going to pounce out? Can they get the kills? If they can manage to secure this, it'll get them in the position to be in first. Tycoola has to be careful. Nades are rolling down on top of him, but they do not connect enough for it. Finally, it's going to be a little ghost that gets a knock on Suze.
One up left now. It's Cold 119. If he can do some damage, he won't be able to. 17 runs through Tycoola, but now DNF is starting to look over in that direction.
This is a very disadvantaged fight. So looking up, gets the knock onto one of them to start, but Utility is going to come out. He's going to get blinded, and he has to run away.
But he got the knock, and he immediately was on the move once again. 17 trying to regroup
blue
here.
zone.
That is a great blue zone. Will the next one hit him as well before the heal comes off? That is a lot of damage coming through. That is Salute going down. Well-placed utility from Xiaobei.
17 doesn't want to crest the hill. They don't want to run down into the waiting arms of any member and give up some ones. Instead, they're just going to throw utilities. Seems like maybe they're going to just lead into their numbers advantage. They know where heaven is. Can he get a knock? He does. He takes down Little Ghost.
That was the last grenade for 17 as well. All utility is on the field. The flush comes through, though. That's going to be enough for 17 to secure the title. Can they secure the win as well? Deal all by himself. Can he pull off a miracle in this final game?
Looking back up the hill, he's going to get spotted. Tries to go get something out of it, but it's just going to be too many members of 17 coming after him. There's nowhere to hide. He's just trying to use the tree for cover. He does manage to get the knock on a one, but it's not going to be enough. 17 Gaming take the victory and take PGS7.